Hey guys, I welcome you to this advanced class. In this advanced class, I'm going to show you how to pronounce some sounds in English language and their graphemes too. So we are going to learn them. In fact, I will also show you how these English sounds are related to Yoruba letters, Yoruba alphabets A, B, D, E, F, E, G, B. So I'm going to show you how you are going to even use that method to teach and to make this sound very simple even to your students or your pupils. That's it. Now let's start with the first sound here. I need to tell you that these vowel sounds are numbered. What are numbered? So we need to know the numbers one by one. So do you get it? And you were told to even download a particular phonics keyboard. I'm going to show you. You can see phonics keyboard. This phonetics keyboard, rather phonetics keyboard. So this phonetics keyboard is one you're going to use to understand this lesson better. So now let's start from the beginning here. So the first sound that we have here is this sound. Okay, I'm going to switch to this phonetics phonetics keyboard here. The first one is this sound here. So this sound is called e e e e. That is the sound that we have. It is called what? E. So that is the sound here. You pronounce it as if it is coming at the back of your tongue. At the back of your what? At the back of your tongue. That is it there. So not at the front there. E, e, e. If you listen to it, you will see that the sound is coming. It's coming at the back. They're not like the middle at the so that one is the middle. So we have to take note of the chord, the voice box, how it articulates this sound, and the position we maintain to as at the time you want to articulate these sounds. So now let's look at it here. So let's look at the graphemes of this sound here. So the graphemes of this sound are letter I, letter I, letter I, letter E, letter E, letter A, letter A, and some other exceptions. So now let's start with this one here first. So let's look at this here. Letter I, how it is used to represent the sound E. How it is used to represent the sound here. So now let's look at it here now. So as in, so I'm sorry, so I'm going to I need to type it here so that you will see it very well here. So now let's see here. You can see here like now this one like sit, sit, sit. You can say sit. It is pronounced as sit. Beat, beat, beat. Kid, kid, kid. Fit, fit, fit. Village, village, village. Fill, fill, fill. Etc. So we can say the examples are many. So when you see this letter I, may this letter I appears particularly between appear in the middle between two consonant sounds. Not all the time, but most times it appear in the middle of two consonant sounds there. So that is when we have the sound here. Though sometimes something like this one, we call it, you call this one mic or what they call it. So but most times when this letter appears there, we call it E here. But we have exceptional cases. We have what? Exceptional cases. That's why we cannot even pronounce the sound as E. We call it sometimes as I. Do you get it? So that is. Now let's move on to the next grapheme, which is this letter E here. Letter E. So letter E sometimes appears when it is used at the end of a particular word with two syllables. With two syllables. Now let's look at this now. Like this one. Market. Market. You can see E there appear there. So market. Market. That is what we have the market. So now let's look at this without like this one is also what? Basket. 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 That is basket here. This one is limited. 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 So that's it there. So let's look at another one here like bucket. Bucket. It's not bucket. It's bucket. Bucket. So it is so it means that if you look at the sound here, this one my ear, so is the first syllable, kit here, that's the second syllable. So when this letter A appear as second to the last in the second syllable of a particular word here, we call it E there. A. Okay, let's look at this one now. Like this basket. You can say basket. Bas one syllable, kit another syllable here. So that is it there. So now let's look at letter A. How letter A is used as a grapheme of phoneme E. So that's it. Now let's look at it here now. So this one here, so they're going to make it like village, village, village. The explanation here is that so this letter A appear in the way this one age. You know, ordinarily, if you want to pronounce this word, we call it age, age, but it is not really age when it is used with another syllables. You can see if you look at the village, we have two syllables there, right? We have two syllables there, and these two syllables here. So as at the time you want to pronounce the second syllable with letter A, do you understand? You call it A. It's not A that you will call it. It's going to be called E. So that is village. Village, not village. Whenever letter A end a particular two-syllabic word with AGE, AGE. Let's take note of that. AGE. Not only AG, are you getting it? Or not only A alone. So it's going to be attached with AGEL. So when you have it, it means that we are going to call it age, E. So that is the E. So now let's look at another one here. Like so let's look at another one. Like okay, like vintage, 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 vintage. That's it there. So vintage, vintage. This letter A is here. Vintage, teach, not tage. Vintage. So let's look at another one here. Like this one to like orange, orange, orange. Despite that, we have letter N that separates letter A and G. Do you get it? But they are, it doesn't even affect the articulation of the sound too. If you look at it very well there, so it doesn't even affect it. So it's going to be called orange, orange. So that is it. Now let's look at the next one here. So which is advantage, advantage, not advantage. Please, let's take note of how we pronounce some sounds with vibration and some with zero vibration. We attract vibration, that is, we must say it with great force to show the difference between the letter and letter F2. So that is it there. So it is advantage, not advantage. Advantage, teach. So that's how it is even pronounced there. So let me give you another one here. Like like okay, sa, okay, let's look at this one. Populate, populate, populate. Yes, this one is populate. Populate is not populate. Populate, so that's it there. So that's how this sound is even pronounced. So we have other exceptions. In next class we will look at the exception class. So that is that. So bye guys. See you next class. Take note of this class very well and do not even pronounce some words incorrectly again. Bye.